Do people even realize Justin Trudeau and the Liberal Party are constantly seen mingling with members of Chinese organized crime? Trudeau met with Paul King-jin and his gang at the Executive Inn Express in Richmond, BC, sometime between November 2015 and early 2017. This Globe and Mail article first exposed this on March 7 of 2025. That's like 8 to 10 years after the meeting. And they only found out because the RCMP was surveilling Paul King-jin. Can you imagine these RCMP officers are surveilling this criminal kingpin, and suddenly the Prime Minister of Canada shows up to meet with him? So who is Paul King-jin? Only the head of the largest money laundering operation in Canadian history.
October 15th, 2015, on the third floor of this building in Richmond, BC, is the office of Silver International. A security camera captures the exact moment heavily armed RCMP execute a search warrant in a case they call E-Pirate. It will become the biggest money laundering investigation in Canadian history. These evidence photos, obtained by W5, reveal a secret illegal bank, one that's been supplying gamblers at BC casinos with bags of cash, millions of dollars. Behind the bulletproof glass are two safes loaded with $2 million, mostly in 20s. There are cash counting machines, suitcases and bags, computers, and dozens of cell phones. Evidence seized at Silver International and from 9 other locations. A bounty, W5 has learned, RCMP officers were eager to show the public. This is a never-shared image of officers rehearsing a news conference where they would reveal the bust. And to drive home its magnitude, they displayed the more than $7.2 million seized during their raids. But then, W5 has learned, at the last minute, RCMP headquarters ordered the news conference canceled. Once again, keeping how big BC's money laundering problem had become a secret.
So Silver International gets raided on October 15 of 2015. Trudeau wins the federal election October 19. That's 4 days later. They then meet sometime in the following 2 years. Sure seems like the dude got caught and was looking to the newly minted Prime Minister for some help, or perhaps work together to cover it up. I'm willing to bet Trudeau ordered that press conference to be shut down. Paul Jin was seen with politicians at events, galas, fundraisers all the time, even though regulators believed him to be involved in criminal activity. He was banned 1 year from BC casinos in 2012. He was given another 5-year ban, and he still managed to launder at least $23 million. So there were apparently a dozen people in that Richmond meeting, and one of them was this guy, Rongxiang Tiger Yuan.
RCMP and BC Lottery Corp records say Tiger Yuan is one of the top Chinese high rollers being looked at in the investigations into casino money laundering in Richmond. Police intelligence has linked him with China's military. He's even seen as a war hero in China, one of his employees told Global News. Tiger Yuan doesn't live in the Chilliwack compound, but he does entertain Chinese VIP friends there, sources say. Inside, you'll find a collection of dozens of high-end cars, including Lamborghinis, Hummers, and vintage army jeeps.
So Yuan was one of the whale gamblers at Richmond's River Rock Casino, related to transnational drug trafficking, fentanyl trade. FinTrack says he was connected to $61 million in suspicious transactions. He even owns this gun store in Port Coquitlam. Next is this lady, Hong Guo. She's Paul Jin's lawyer. She was disbarred for a 3rd time. She even ran for Richmond mayor in 2018. Here's a court filing of her law firm, Guo Law Corp, which was in the same building as Silver International, representing Paul Jin in these high-interest loans backed by mortgages. She facilitated the theft of $7.5 million in clients' trust funds. And another liberal donor, of course, $1,500 in 2017. There's her with Trudeau. There's her with John McCullum, Raymond Chan, Joe Pescisolito, all former Liberal MPs, and of course Jean Chrétien, former Prime Minister. She even advertised herself as a former legal specialist for the State Council of the People's Republic of China, run by the Chinese Communist Party. Next is this illegal casino mansion in Markham, Ontario that was busted in 2020.
The iron gates of this 2.5-acre property north of Toronto is a $9 million mansion used as a full-service black market luxury casino, like something right out of a James Bond movie. The mob reporter here with news that the COVID-19 restrictions that shut down licensed casinos gave a huge boost to illegal gambling, and gangsters really stepped up to the plate. York Regional Police raided this 53-room, 20,000-square-foot mansion running an illegal full-service casino for wealthy gamblers in Markham, Canada. Least, more than $1.5 million worth of top-shelf liquor and premium wine were on site, more than 4,000 bottles. In a security room on that floor were 9 guns, including a monstrously hefty 50-caliber Desert Eagle pistol in gleaming silver, prohibited high-capacity magazines, and several thousand rounds of ammunition. What was found on the top floor, though, is probably the most intriguing. A loaded AR-15 assault rifle was sitting out on a desk in the master bedroom. The desk was in front of a large window overlooking the front of the property, conjuring a distinctive Scarface vibe. There was a loaded 9mm Glock beside the bed. Across the hall from the master bedroom were 2 large gun safes. One was empty. Inside the other was more than $1 million in bundled Canadian cash.
So the owner of this illegal casino mansion, Wei Wei, attended Liberal Party fundraisers. That's him right there in a photo with Trudeau in 2016. The $10 million property, believed to be Canada's largest ever illegal casino. He's also heavily involved in real estate in the Toronto area. He even owns 2 hotels. I can probably find 100 examples like this. Members of Chinese organized crime are major liberal donors, and most Canadians don't have a clue.